What's good, YouTube? In this video we're gonna go over the best Pathfinder grapples and ziplines. For this video, these Pathfinders, ziplines, and grapples are gonna be the grapples and ziplines that I use every time I play Path for all these maps in the ranked arenas rotation. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys main Path and if you guys use these same grapples to get to the best power spots, the best way and the fastest way to get to the supply bins, or if you guys have a different way for on these ranked arenas maps. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this video. We're gonna start off here with the first map being on Phase Runner. Now on the Phase Runner side, for Phase Runner, a good way to get to the supply bin is to easily grapple onto that little pipe right there, and that's the fastest way to get to the supply bin as Pathfinder. Now for the opposite side, what I like to do is I like to grapple onto that apron right there, which is in the middle, and then from there we slide down. Make sure you're sliding when you're grappling or after you grapple so you can get to the supply bin quick, and most of the time you'll get there quick as long as the enemies don't have a octane jump pad or something like that, or another Pathfinder. You guys might meet at the same time. And this is the same thing that we do here on the opposite side. Here the enemies or my teammates weren't even there, so that's why I didn't really full send it. Now for the map Encore, a good way to get to the middle of the map is to use that little ledge right there, grapple off that, and then just slide, and usually you'll get to the enemies quick and you can beam them easily, get free shots on them. To the supply bin on this side of the map, I like to grapple onto this yellow thing right here and then jump with it as well so you can get over, and then from there you just get to the supply bin quick. And then here is just the same thing, but just on the opposite side. We're grappling onto this thing right here, and we're gonna jump over as well. Now this is a tricky one. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but this is a very challenging one. Sometimes you get to the supply bin, sometimes you come up a little short, but that's just grappling onto the tree. So definitely practice that one. That's definitely a harder one. And I think here in this example, I'm just showing the zip line on, just where to place a zip line. This is a good spot. A lot of people like to go to this spot on top, so that's where I put the zip line there. Now for the map Overflow. Overflow is Pathfinder's best map in my opinion, and there's multiple ways to grapple here. This is the easiest way. Grapple on top of these stairs right here, and then make sure you slide, which will give you the momentum afterwards, and then from here you can go into the room or into the supply bin. This is the same thing we're going to do, but we're going to use this way, and this way I think is a lot better, but also a little harder because you can sometimes run into that pole. I think you get there a little quicker though, and I'm doing the same thing here. The opposite side is the same thing as well, but sometimes, like I said, you can run into that pole, so practice this as much as possible. Now on the map Habitat, the best way to grapple here is just on either side, just focus on these two trees that are in front of the spawn. That's the best ways to grapple for Pathfinder. Now I don't usually use Path when it comes to his grapples, but his zip lines on this map are crazy. They're real good. You could definitely use the zip lines to get to the opposite side or more towards the enemy side before the enemies get to the middle, so that helps out a lot. But like I said, Pathfinder's grapples is just, you're just using these trees that spawn in front of your guys' base. And then here again, you're just going to see me use Pathfinder's zipline. This is the only reason why I would use Path on this map instead of using a legend like Loba. Usually I would use Loba instead of Pathfinder on this map, but Pathfinder does have this ability to get you and your team to the whole opposite side a lot quicker. And like that's the reason why I would use Loba. Sometimes it could be difficult using Path for these grapples. And this is using the zip line on the shorter side. And so that was the video, or at least that was just talking about the Pathfinder grip zip lines, his grapples, I wish the map Party Crasher was still in rotation. The reason being was just because Pathfinder had some crazy grapples on that map, and his ziplines were so good on that map as well, but they ended up taking out that map out of the rotation. If you guys are new to this channel, just know that Pathfinder is probably one of the best legends when it comes to arenas. If you guys are looking to rank up in arenas, I definitely suggest playing or learning how to play Pathfinder. If not learning how to play Pathfinder, then playing with a Pathfinder that could hold his own or at least win his 1v1s, because usually that's what a Pathfinder's role is. His role is to usually get to the best spots in the map very quick before the enemies, or grab the heals quick before the enemies. And what ends up happening is, if you have a good Pathfinder on your team, he can easily, you know, make it a 3v2 for you guys. If that Pathfinder can win his 1v1, it makes playing arenas so much easier when you have a good Pathfinder on the team. Usually I do play Pathfinder, but I ended up this season playing a lot of different legends, or at least not a lot of different, but mainly crypto. You guys obviously know that from my recent videos, but in last season, season 10, season 9, Pathfinder is probably the legend who I have the most kills with. Him or Gibraltar, I have over 3,000 each when it comes to arena kills. So I definitely have a lot of reps with Pathfinder, and to practice these ziplines, grapples, you're definitely gonna have to practice a lot, because you could definitely mess up these grapples easily. But for these maps on these rotations, these are the grapples that I do to get to the supply bin and power spots a lot quicker compared to the enemies. So definitely use that. And also in this video, I also wanted to talk about how, because a lot of people talk or tell me about it in the comment section, that happened with arenas. Just a little small update with the hammer points, how you can't get them in the first round, and you know, what guns would I prefer to use in the first round because there's no hammers. And simply, I would do either 3 options. The first option would be the alternator in the first round, and the reason why I like the alternator is because I do think it's a good gun, and it costs 400 materials. This means that you could easily grab a shield battery, which is 150, so you'll have a decent gun in the alternator, and you'll have a shield battery just in case for extra heals. And the second option that I would do is I would use the flatline. Now the flatline costs 550 materials. That means that you cannot grab any type of extra shields or syringes or anything like that, but the flatline is one of the best guns in the game. I know not a lot of people use it anymore because of the nerf that I received, but it is still a top tier gun in the game. And then the third option that I like to do is I simply like to use the Mozambique that's blue, right? The second upgrade, or a blue Mozambique. That gun is still good, you know, even a Mozambique with or without hammer points, it's still pretty good. So that is an option if I'm looking to grab more heals than the enemies, or if I'm looking to grab nades or something like that. That's a gun that I'm going to use quite a bit as well. So those are the 3 options that I like to do with this new update when it comes to no hammers in the first round. And also, if you guys didn't know, hammer points now cost 800 materials to get for the Mozambique and the P20. So you can't get in the first round, and it's kind of hard to get in the second round. If you're getting in the second round, then you probably won't have that many materials left over. So not a lot of people will use it until maybe like third round. But then again, you know, people are on purple shields. Hammers aren't as effective compared to when someone's on blue shields. So not a lot of people are using hammers now, but to me, I don't mind it. I think it was good that they did the update, because everybody was just running hammer points, which was frustrating. To me, as long as no one's using the rampage, it doesn't bother me. I hated the rampage meta, which was last season. I'd take any meta over the rampage meta. I hated that meta. That was just my thoughts and opinions on the new update when it comes to the gun changes or the prices. I think another change that was happening to it, maybe I think, was the devotion got maybe increased on price a little bit. I haven't really paid attention to it when it comes to the pricing. I could be wrong on that. That's just what I heard. 100% sure if that is true. And I don't think there was really anything else that happened or changed. I think it was just the hammer points. But yeah, going back to this video about Pathfinder and his grapples, definitely try out Pathfinder's grapples. Practice it in the regular arenas mode. You definitely do not want to practice it in the rank. Definitely practice it in the firing range as well, just learning how to grapple. His grapples just come in handy when it comes to arenas or just in general in Apex. So practices grapples is it's gonna help you out a lot when it comes to beating the enemies to the spot, getting out of situations, you know, as an escape ability. Just having a Pathfinder on the team helps out a lot because you have a zipline as well that can help you and your team get to the spot. So this is the video, you guys. I think this video is kind of long overdue. I probably should have made this video last season, but I now just got to it. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.